Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's tutorial is this soft, fresh date makeup, suitable for day or night. I've kept the eyes really simple and I've made it more about that fresh skin and lashes. The foundation I'm using is Illamasqua Skin Base. Now this is quite a full coverage foundation, but if you apply it with a damp beauty blender, it really works it into the skin and gives you a nice flawless appearance, but so your skin still shows through. On the eyes I'm using Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. This is a great one if you suffer with oily eyelids or you find that your eyeshadow creases. If your eyelids are quite oily, then I would avoid applying foundation here and use a paint pot to neutralise your eyelid. You can apply these paint pots with a brush like I'm doing, or you can use your finger. As we're going for quite natural eyes, I decided to use Natural Eyes palette by Too Faced. So this is the palette. The first colour I'm going to be using is Heaven. This is a cream coloured eyeshadow and it's a matte finish. And I'm using a fluffy blending brush just to apply this over most of the eyelid, and I'm concentrating a little bit more of that colour on the brow bone. Next I'm going into the shade Nude, and this is a matte finish in a medium taupe colour. And on my MAC 286 fluffy blending brush, I'm working this through the socket. Now if you've got hooded eyes, then you can use a slightly smaller brush, something like the Blank Canvas Cosmetics F10 small crease brush, and you can work that above the hood of your eye and create the same shape. So I'm layering this colour a couple of times to really build up that opacity. Again, if you've got hooded eyes, you want to do the same thing. Layer that colour to really give that false perception of a socket. Going back to the palette, I'm going in with the colour Silk Teddy. This is a shimmery, subtle pinky beige. On my 239 brush, I'm applying this to the inner half of the mobile eyelid. If you've got hooded eyes, apply this to the actual eyelid and the hood of your eye, but make sure you keep it below the taupey shade that we've applied to create that false socket. Next I'm using Push Up. This is kind of like a shimmery, pinky bronzed brown. And on another flat shader brush, I'm applying this to the outer half of that mobile eyelid. Again, if you've got hooded eyes, apply this onto your lid and your hood underneath that socket colour. This is a really beautiful shade, but it's quite subtle, so you want to layer it a couple of times to really build up the intensity. Next I'm going in with Cashmere Bunny. It's slightly darker than Nude and not as dark as Sexpresso. I'm using this on a pencil brush on the very outer corner of the eye, and this is just going to intensify it, but without looking too smoky. Again, we want to really keep it quite natural. Using that same colour and the same pencil brush, I'm also going to run this underneath those lower lashes. And as I always say, make sure you connect that with the outer corner of the top lid. Going back in with a little bit of that Silk Teddy, I'm applying that to the inner corners of the eyes. Now I decided to go back in with Nude, which is the original colour that we applied to the crease, and I'm just pulling that colour out a little bit further. You don't have to, it's optional, but I felt like it needed it. Now I'm going in with the darkest shade in the palette. This is a cool toned matte brown, and on my MAC 266 brush I'm going to push this against the root of the lashes, and this is going to give us that subtle eyeliner effect. If you were opting to just wear mascara for this look with no false lashes, then this is a great way to make your natural lashes look fuller. I'm adding a very subtle flick at the end just to lift the corners of the eyes. Next I'm applying Teddy by MAC along the waterline. For mascara, I'm using Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. If you're looking for a product that really adds volume and drama to your lashes, this is a great mascara to do that. It's a great option if you don't want to go for false eyelashes. This also comes in a waterproof version if you find that this one transfers. The lashes I'm going to apply are by Backstage. These ones are Melrose Avenue and they are my current favourites. They're full, fluffy and really flirty looking. Next I'm taking Break Up by MakeUp Geek, and I'm applying this into the hollows of the cheeks. We want to keep it quite subtle, nothing too intense, but we still want to add a little bit of definition to our face. Next I'm taking this chocolate bronzer by Too Faced Cosmetics. And this is going to aid that nice healthy glow. So instead of going for that full on contour look, instead we're going to apply this in the areas that the sun would naturally hit, so the tops of the cheekbones and around my hairline and a little bit on my chin. I tend to avoid bronzer on the nose in the winter months because I don't look like I've been rubbing my face in a sandpit. To give that skin that nice youthful glow, I'm using Papa Don't Peach blusher by Too Faced Cosmetics, and I'm working that in circular motions over the back half of the apple of the cheek and pulling it backwards. Going into my Sweet Peach Glow palette, I'm using the lightest shade on the left, and I'm going to use this just to highlight some of the areas on the face, just like the usual areas such as the tip of the nose, the cupid's bow, inner corners of the eyes and the brow bone. I absolutely love this colour because it's got a kind of opal finish to it, it's so pretty. I'm also adding a very subtle amount to the tops of my cheekbones. In keeping with the kind of nude neutral theme that we've got going on, I'm adding Subculture Lip Pencil to the lips. I'm using this to line as well as fill in. And then I'm going over that with Too Faced's Lip Injection Lip Gloss. And this is in the colour Milkshake. It's a kind of beige nude with a really nice subtle shimmer running through it. And that completes my soft and fresh date makeup suitable for day or night. I hope you love it. I'll list and link all the products used in the description bar below. Thank you all for watching. Please give the tutorial a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. If you've missed my previous tutorials, you can click on these now. And don't forget you can follow me on my socials, all at ShowMe MakeUp.